What is up, Aries? How are you guys doing? Guess what time it is, man? My favorite time of the month. Time for the mid-month messages. So why is that my favorite time of the month? I'll tell you why. Because what I'm looking for in the mid-month messages is a change of timelines. Yes, timelines can change very easily. Now, how can you change timelines? That's easy. You take the advice and apply it to your situation. That's the whole point of the advice. So, that's what we're looking at here today. For those of you who need a personal reading, just check the description of the video. That's where you'll find everything you need to know. All right, so you know what? I want to start this off with those of you dealing with a past person or inquiring about a past person. Let's see if Aries is on the same timeline. Did Aries make a timeline shift with the past person? If timelines change, did they change for the better or for the worse? What's happening between Aries and the past person? Oh, Lover's card. Whoa, check that out. Some of you dealing with a Gemini, possibly. All right, let's see. Ooh, Six of Wands. Okay. Well, World card reversed. I'm actually thinking you know what? This looks to me like y'all are going to come together. I think so. But I think it's going to be not at all what you expected. Not at all. And it's not going to make sense until you actually come together with this person. So I am feeling like a love offer is being made and a reconciliation attempt is happening. And this whole time, you've been painting a picture in your mind of what you think it's going to be like, what you think it's going to feel like, how you think it's going to go. You come together with this person, you're going to feel such an intense energetic shift that it's almost immediately going to turn you off. Immediately. Not just like turn you off sexually, but just turn you off energetically. You're going to feel that the energy between the two of you is not the same at all. You have made such a drastic vibrational change since you and this person last connected. Especially those of you dealing with a situation that ended a while back. If this was something that ended longer than 6 months ago, you're not even aware of how much you've changed. Some of you may be aware of it a little bit, but I don't care who you are. When you're on a healing journey, when you're on an evolutionary journey, when you're on a manifestation journey of any kind, you don't realize how much you've grown until you revisit the past. It's just like going to the gym. Any of you ever gone on a fitness journey? For those of you who followed me for many, many, many years, you remember back in like 2020 when I got real fat? Remember that? Remember that? I was a big old boy, man. I was pushing like 300 pounds. And then I started going to the gym. And for the longest time, it felt like I was making no progress whatsoever. None. And then one day in like late 2021, early 2022, a memory came up from on Facebook from like 2 years ago. And I'm like, oh my God, damn, I was fat. Holy shit. I took a look in the mirror and I'm like, when did this happen? Huh? What? You don't even realize how much has changed until you revisit the past. It just, because change happens so gradually and you don't realize it. And that's what I'm thinking is going to happen between you and this person. That's what I'm thinking. You're going to realize how much you've outgrown this situation once you revisit it. And you'll be letting go of this by default. All right, well, let's see how the past person feels about you. By the way, the signs I have on the table are Scorpio, Virgo, and Gemini. How's the person from the past feel about Aries? How do they feel about you? What's their energy look like in general? Tower card reversed. I think they want to reconcile with you. They absolutely do. King of Swords, though. So they feel unfinished business with you. They've been trying to detach themselves from this emotionally. Whoops. With the King of Coins and the King of Swords. But they still feel a really intense connection with you. Basically, you live in their head. You live in their head rent-free. And with the Death card and the Tower card, both reversed, that's reconciliation energy right there. Ain't no other way to spin that when you're looking at a past person. That's reconciliation. So, they're still playing the victim too, though, by the way. They still believe that whatever it was that went wrong between the two of you wasn't their fault. Even if they cheated on you. That may be another thing that you might end up seeing, you know, if that gets brought up in the past. If the past gets brought up, you know, and their actions get called into question, they're still going to figure out a way to flip it on you. Well, I wouldn't have cheated on you if you wouldn't have done this. I wouldn't have cheated on you if you would have just done this. It's all your fault. You made me cheat on you. You know, that type of energy? And then that is just, and I'm not saying that that's the exact scenario behind every one of your situations, but just this person's outlook, you've changed and they have not. And when you see that, and you've done that much growth and evolution, and you see how much you've outgrown somebody, it's like a switch flips. It's like, oh, why was I tripping about you again? That's what I think is going to happen here. Well, we pretty much got the outcome. That's pretty much the outcome. So let's get the advice. What's the advice for Aries with the person from the past? What's the advice? Ooh, King of Wands in the upright. King of Swords in the upright. Don't put up with no childish bullshit, okay? No childish bullshit. So if you kind of feel things starting to be pushed in the direction of trying to incite drama or just don't do it. Don't do it. When you feel that feeling of the door being closed, just step back quietly. You don't have to announce your departure. This is not an airport, okay? Just step back quietly. Because I'm thinking that a couple of weird, awkward conversations between the two of you, and you're probably both going to realize that we don't even belong in the same universe anymore. And just allow that process to happen naturally. Allow it to happen naturally. This is a huge step in you ascending up to the vibration that will eventually end up attracting your divine life partner. Once you slam the door shut on the past. But if you allow yourself to get sucked into some drama, that'll slow things down big time. Big time. All right. Now, let's see, what should I read next? I haven't even thought this through. How about, let's see, what's going on between you and the person that you're interested in? The single Aries and their love interests. Is Aries on the same timeline? If timelines change, do they change for the better or for the worse? Let's see. Oh, 9 of Wands reverse. Well, this person is starting to let their guard down. Okay. They are letting their guard down. But communication is still awkward between the two of you. And this person's still not opening up and really expressing much emotion. This just seems, there's so much back and forth here. So it kind of seems start, stop, hot and cold, on and off, mixed signals. Doesn't really look like things have improved for the better, to be honest with you. They may have improved a little bit. This person might be showing you a little bit more interest, a little bit more emotion. Maybe some of you may end up being sexually intimate with this person. But it's still very confusing. This still feels like a very confusing situation. Ace of Cups upright, King of Cups reversed, Knight of Wands upright, Page of Swords reversed, Lover's card reversed, Two of Wands. That's mixed signals. Mixed signals and extremely severe inconsistency and confusion. All right. Let's see how they really feel about you. How's this person really feeling about Aries, universe? What are their true feelings, energies, and intentions towards Aries? Sexual attraction. Sexual attraction. Let's see. Are there any actual feelings in there? You know that emotions, feelings, and sexual attraction are two totally different things, right? So just some of you may know that to be common sense, but some of you don't. Emotions and sexual attraction are very different. Very, very different. Now, they can go together. They can, but they don't intrinsically. Yeah, this person doesn't really know what they want in love. They really don't. They are letting their guard down slowly, like I said, but I think they're afraid of falling in love. They are. They're afraid of it. I don't know why. Usually, when this energy comes up, usually what comes out with it is why they have their guard up. And most of the time, it's because they got hurt in the past. And that may be the case here, but it's not telling me. It's not telling me why their guard is up. I can only speculate they probably got hurt in the past. Or, maybe you're interested in somebody that has issues that stem back to childhood. Was this person, for some of you, maybe raised in a single-parent home? I'm going to tell you what, I hate to sound old school, man, but that is toxic. That's dangerous to the development of a child. Because the child never gets to see what a successful relationship even looks like. They never even get to see what it looks like. If you grew up in a single-parent home, I'm not saying that two toxic parents should stay together for the kids. That's not what I'm saying. This is like a double-edged sword, Like, which one is the lesser of the two evils? I'm not one of those people that says stay together for the kids. Stay together for the kids. No. That's not what I'm saying. It's a double-edged sword. But still, at the same time, if you got somebody that grew up in a single-parent home, they don't even know what a successful relationship looks like because they've never seen it. They've never been around it. They've never observed it. Then how the hell are they going to know how to do it? How are they going to know how to cultivate a successful, healthy connection with another person when they've never even witnessed that? They've never even been around it, you know? So, I don't know, man. I could sit here and speculate all day on what's going on with this person, but they're afraid of falling in love. They're afraid of it. So, let's see if a love offer is going to be made. Any kind of outcome going to happen here? Magician. That keeps coming up, man. King of Swords reversed. I kind of had a feeling that was coming. So you're starting to get frustrated and annoyed. And that frustration looks like it's building and building and building and building. And then eventually, pow! Eventually. I think it's going to kind of blow up between the two of you, to be honest with you. I think so. Thank you, Sarita, for the super chat. Appreciate you. Thank you. All right. Well, any advice for this situation? Any advice? Any advice? Well, I mean, you got one or two choices here. Hang on. So you're at a crossroads with the Two of Wands here. Death card reversed. Okay. All right. So you got one or two choices here. You can either let the universe separate the two of you the universe's way, or you can do it your way. One of the two. One of the two. If you keep letting this roll the way it's been rolling, the tension's going to build until it blows, dude. It's going to pop. It's going to pop because you're already getting frustrated. You're already getting frustrated. You're probably watching this video right now, frustrated, pissed off, wondering what's going on with this person. That frustration ain't going nowhere. They're not just going to wake up one day and then barf their feelings out to you, you know. Not really. Not really. So, this just... Take that information and do with it what you will, man. All right. Now, next person coming in. Is Aries still on the same timeline with the next person coming in? Have timelines changed for the next person coming in? If timelines change, did they change for the better or for the worse? Well, Knight of Wands reversed. Some of y'all got a Pisces headed your way. Okay, well, this is going to be really unexpected. I think that this is going to catch you off guard. When the next person makes their way into your life, it's going to be unexpected. It's going to completely catch you off guard. And for most of you, I think it's going to happen at a really inconvenient time. Meaning there's probably going to be a difficult decision surrounding this situation. And the good news behind that, though, I don't have time to unpack all this in this video. If you followed me for years, you've probably heard me talk about this many times. But the good news around that is that when you're placed in that situation to lay a foundation with your divine life partner, that's going to be the case every single time. Every time. Everybody I know who is currently with their divine life partner has a few things in common. It happened when they least expected it. It caught them off guard. And there's almost always some sort of difficult decision that needs to be made around the situation. You know, like say, for example, your all's work schedules completely clash, right? So let's say, for example, and I'm just going to paint up a for instance, okay? Let's say you work at the grocery store and this person is a business owner. Well, fuck, man, you've worked at the grocery store for 10 years. You done been promoted to manager. You're making a decent little penny for a grocery store worker, way more than everybody else is making. You're making a decent penny to be working where you're working. But this person that you're dealing with is a business owner. They be making like $500,000, $600,000 a year, right? They make a way prettier penny than you. So, but your all's work schedules completely clash. You are working like 60 hours a week. You ain't even got no time to see this person. And when you get a day off, you're so goddamn tired, you don't even want to do nothing. So, what do you want to do? Do you want to quit your job and let this person take care of you? Or what do you want to do? Because the job is what's getting in the way, right? So it's like, fuck, man. If I want to be with this person, I can't work this job and be with this person. So what are you going to do? That's just an example, just a for instance. I know that all of you don't work at a damn grocery store. You see what I'm saying, though? There's going to be some kind of difficult decision that comes along with this situation. I'll tell you why. Because the situation, that relationship, to build it, that's going to exist on a totally different frequency. Okay? Anytime you move to a new frequency, anything or anyone that doesn't resonate with the new frequency you're moving to will be pulled away from you. That job you're working does not resonate harmoniously with the frequency of a relationship with your divine life partner. So which one are you going to pick? Are you going to move to a new frequency or stay on the old frequency? You see what I'm saying? That's just an example. I could sit here and talk all night about the different ways that scenario can play itself out. But, okay. Let's see if we can get some details on this person's energy. What's some of the first things you're going to notice about this person? What are their feelings? What's their intentions? What's their energy look like? 8 of Wands. For some of you, it could be somebody at a distance too. There's another example. You could meet your divine life partner while you're visiting your mom's house for the holidays 5 states away, right? And you got to move. That's a difficult decision. Are you ready to uproot, leave your old life behind, and move 5 states away? That's scary, right? This person's very non-judgmental. That's probably one of the first things you're going to notice, that this person has a very, very open mind. Now, this, I think the majority of this has less to do with this person's energy and more to do with the way this comes together. The way this comes together is so synchronistic, so unexpected. There's just no way you can deny that the universe lined this up. There's no way you can deny that. So crazy. You never would have been able to figure out how to connect with this person in a million years if left to your own devices. This is going to happen in a way that is clearly set up by the universe. But the person that you're dealing with, another thing I think you're going to notice about them, though, is that they're very spiritually awake. You're finally going to connect with somebody that's on the same spiritual level as you. And, you know, when you're When you're awake, that's hard. It just doesn't seem like there's ever any awake people around each other. It seems like all the awake people on the planet are very strategically and deliberately placed around all of the fucking sleepy, sheepy NPC bots, you know? So that's another thing that you're going to notice. This person is a very busy individual as well. They have a lot going on. They're not a lazy ass that sits around and don't do nothing. Absolutely not. They're a really good manifester too. I think you finally going to meet somebody that's either on your spiritual level or maybe even a level above you. You know, very spiritually awake and really fucking good at manifesting. Okay. All right. And again, for some of you, this person may be a business owner or could be like a manager of some sort. Let's see how it plays out for the first 60 days. How's it looking for the first 60 days? Okay, no conflict. That might kind of surprise you a little bit. No conflict. So you're going to realize that this is the type of person you can open up to about pretty much anything. You'll be able to open up to them and spill your guts out and unload all of your burdens on the table without being judged, without being looked at funny, without them looking at you different, without them thinking anything weird about you. All of those little deep, dark things about yourself that you just kind of keep to yourself and don't really let nobody else know, you're going to be able to open up and just lay all that out on the table with this person very comfortably. Very comfortably. But as far as everything else goes, I don't want to say it's moving slow, but I don't want to say it's moving fast either. It's moving in a way that I don't even really think you'll be able to label it as moving fast or moving slow, because this whole situation is so different than anything you've ever dealt with before that you really can't label it because you have nothing to compare it to, you know? So things are moving in a positive direction though. But like I said, there's going to be some kind of difficult decision that needs to be made around this situation. And I'm thinking that decision is being made. Whatever it is. Whether you have to quit your job or maybe change shifts. Maybe you've been on the same shift. Maybe some of you work at one of those places where you have two shifts. Sunday through Thursday and Tuesday through Saturday. And you've been on Sunday through Thursday for the last 7 years. And in order to be able to see this person, you got to change to Tuesday through Saturday. That'll totally throw everything else off in your life, you know? Or maybe you got to get up and fucking move. Maybe you're going to have to change locations to be with this person. Whatever difficult decision is surrounding this situation, I do see it being made. Whatever it is. And hey, for some of you, it could be them having to make a difficult decision. It could be both of you. I've seen that too. Could be both of you. But you're stepping out into the great unknown with this situation. Let's get some advice. What's some advice for Aries when the next person comes in? Ooh, the Hangman. So try not to judge what's happening. Try not to control what's happening. Try not to compare this person or this situation to the past. Don't try to use anything that you've learned in the past to try to control what's going on here. Okay? There's nothing wrong with reaching back in the past periodically and grabbing pieces of wisdom and using them when it's needed, but don't view the future through the lens of the past. Because this situation is going to be so different. You're pretty much going to have to learn as you go with this situation. You're not going to be able to figure it out. You're not going to be able to plan for it. You're not going to be able to make things happen the way you think they're supposed to happen. This is going to be a major learning curve in the beginning. Major. There's nothing you've ever been through in the past that you'll be able to compare this to at all. So you're going to have to go into this with a very, very open mind. A very open mind. And also, you know that both of you are going to have to be opening up and connecting with each other at the deepest level. The deepest level. So remember that that's going to have to happen in the first 60 to 90 days. I just did a reading for somebody earlier who has been dating somebody for a few months, has no idea how that person feels about him. That's not good. It's not good. Not good. You should know exactly how somebody feels about you, and you should make sure that person knows exactly how you feel about them in the first month to 2 months. Okay, so, all right, well, I feel like those were the messages that my Aries family needed to hear. So I am going to go ahead and end this video here. Thanks again for tuning in and playing along. Don't forget to check the description of this video if you would like to find out how to schedule a personal reading. All right? I'm out of here now, y'all. I wish you love, luck, light, and prosperity on your journey. Stay blessed.